Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Album Rewind. This is the show we're doing throughout the month of June, where we're taking a look at some classic albums, like I said, that are pretty classic in their own right, but they kind of get overshadowed by that big brother or big sister that came right before them that kind of gets all the attention. You know, if you're the oldest sibling, right? You always get all the attention. Your younger sibling always like, oh, I wish I could be like my big brother or my big sister, right? My older brother or older sister. They always seem to do everything right. I do everything wrong, right? Well, here we're kind of doing the same thing. We got some great albums that we're talking about in this series that stand on their own, could be deemed as the absolute classic in that band's catalog, except for the one that came before it, right? So we're going to kind of do a little rewind and go over some of these albums. That's what we're doing all month. So today we're going to take a look at the 1975 album from British supergroup Bad Company, Straight Shooter. All right, recorded in Clearwell Castle in, oh boy, Gloucester, I guess, England. I was going to say Gloucestershire, but I know all the Brits who watch would get pretty upset with me. So I think it's Gloucester, right? Which to me doesn't make any sense the way it's spelled, but I know you guys pronounce things differently, as we do here. So I believe it's Gloucester, England. Maybe it is Gloucestershire. Who knows? I'm sure you guys will correct me. Released on the Island label in the UK, Swan Song, of course. Led Zeppelin's label here in the US, produced by the band. All right, so let's take a look at the track listing, shall we? And of course, before we do that, this follows in the footsteps of their debut, okay, their biggest selling album, I believe, although they had a lot of really good selling albums. And this, of course, is most people kind of go back to this debut as perhaps their greatest album. But I would often argue, in fact, I usually do, that the follow-up is even better. Of course, this is Paul Rodgers on vocals, a little bit of guitar, some keyboards and piano, Mick Ralphs on guitar and keyboards, Boz Burrell on bass, Simon Kirke on drums. Of course, Simon and Paul coming from the band Free, Mick coming from the band Mott the Hoople, and Boz coming from King Crimson. So, of course, big old supergroup here. So, what do we got? Starting off with, you've got Good Lovin' Gone Bad. Hard, charging, bluesy, heavy rock song, great hook. I mean, this band was really good at writing great hooks and housing them within these really cool bluesy hard rock songs. Good Lovin' Gone Bad, supercharging, great riffs from Mr. Ralph, awesome vocals, killer song. And then, of course, you get the big hit, Feel Like Making Love, dun 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 dun, feel like making love. Of course, I could only dream to sing like Paul Rodgers, right? Feel Like Making Love, radio staple since the day this album came out. Awesome song. Then you've got the kind of more emotional Weep No More, which starts off with these cool strings, got like a little bit of orchestral stuff going on, and then it turns into this kind of really emotional bluesy rock song. Nice guitar solos from Mick. Very cool song, underrated on side one. Last track on side one of the vinyl, first half of the CD, you got Shooting Star. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? No, no, no. Another classic from this album. Radio staple in most people's top 10 favorite Bad Company songs, for sure, right? Greatest hits staple, right? Concert staple. Great track. Side two of the vinyl, second half of the CD, starts off with perhaps the heaviest song this band ever did, Deal with the Preacher. Big, beefy, heavy rock riffing from Mick Ralphs. Tasty guitar solos and dynamite vocals from Paul Rodgers with a kick and rhythm section. Awesome song. From there, probably the MVP song, in my opinion, of this album that doesn't get enough credit, Wildfire Woman, which to me should be looked at as one of their biggest and best tracks of all time. I love Wildfire Woman. Killer chorus. Paul Rodgers, absolutely amazing on it. It's just a great anthemic rocker. Totally love it. Again, you got some real underdogs on this album. You got that and Deal with the Preacher. Awesome. Then you got the lovely, again, more kind of atmospheric, ballady Anna. Really nice. It's like one of the tracks on the album where they slow it down a little bit. And then things finish up with Call on Me. Another kind of haunting, kind of bluesy pop rock song with some sizzling guitar solos from Mick Ralphs. Good kind of bluesy rock song, kind of like percolates and simmers. Doesn't get too heavy, not too fast-paced, but just nice, meaty, bluesy rocker to finish off the album. So there you have it. I mean, one of those albums, how long is this album here? What, probably about, just under 40 minutes, 38 minutes, something like that. Just as long as it needs to be. Like I normally say, I love the debut. I really do. However, I generally, when I reach for Bad Company, the first one I usually go to is this album. I find this album, to me, maybe because, a lot of this album I've maybe heard a little bit too much. I don't know, but I always love the songs on here. Good Lovin' Gone Bad, Feel Like Making Love, Weep No More is perfect. Shooting Star, Deal with the Preacher, Wildfire Woman, right there. Those songs are absolutely great. Anna, I like. It's not one of my favorite tracks on the album, and I really did Call on Me. So I like this album because I think it, when I play it, it sounds a little fresher to me because it doesn't have the kind of overplayed thing, right? The thing. That thing that we do, how many people say it, but some of these classic albums from like the 70s and 80s, the songs are great, it's a great album, man, I've heard it too much, so I don't rank it as high. I've said it before, I'm guilty. Can't Get Enough, Rock Steady, Ready for Love, Bad Company, Moving On, Seagull. Don't Let Me Down, not as big on that. The Way I Choose, that's okay. But I kind of like this album a little better, but they are both absolute classics. So today, our classic album, Rewind, straight shooter. If you're not like totally hip to Bad Company, don't have all the albums, maybe just have a greatest hits set or, whatever, maybe just have that debut. Rewind a little bit and play this one today. I think you'll totally dig it. It's just a great mid-70s bluesy hard rock album by a bunch of pros, a true supergroup. Check it out if you haven't already. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Could we see a t-shirt with that slogan on it? It's quite possible. Votes are coming in. All right, if you haven't seen the video from yesterday, we are trying to find your favorite saying slogan by myself and all the other cast of characters here on Sea of Tranquility, and we're going to maybe try and make a t-shirt out of it. So cast your vote for your favorite thing that some of us say on a regular basis here on the channel, or maybe we only said it once and it's still the coolest thing ever, whatever. A word, a little short saying, one sentence, whatever, a zinger, not a whole conversation type of thing. The zinger is pretty good. I like that word. So yeah, there you have it. Straight Shooter from Bad Company. That is today's pick. Tune in. I'm like a house of fire this afternoon, guys. It's Friday. It's 3:30. I'm taking 5 minutes to do this video, and I'm like in between work meetings and stuff like that. So because I didn't get a chance to do it this morning. That's what happens. So yeah. Tune in for another classic album rewind each and every day for the month of June. We've got coming up this weekend. I'm going to desperately try to get to ranking the albums of the Amboy Dukes, ranking the albums, hopefully, of Elements. If you don't know who Elements are, great jazz fusion band from the 80s. A few members from the Pat Metheny group, a couple other guys. Great catalog if you love Pat Metheny's music, like Jaco Pastorius, that type of thing. Got Mark Egan, wonderful bass player. Danny Gottlieb, great drummer. Going to try and get to both of those this weekend, maybe a couple other things. And then, of course, we got starting all over again. Hudson Valley Squares on Monday, In the Prague Seat on Tuesday. Wednesday is new product review today. We've got the latest from, what do we have here? Flotsam and Jetsam, Big Train, Nad Sylvan, whatever else I can come up with. Archival Live, recording from Cannes, all sorts of stuff. So that's coming up next week. Monsters Den on Thursday, all about our favorite Alfred Hitchcock thrillers. Friday, Martin Popoff back on the show to join me in the Funhouse. And you know how it goes, guys, and all sorts of other things splintered about in between, here, there, and everywhere. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. All right. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. Link to the Ko-Fi page below if you want to make a donation. Link to the merch page below if you want to purchase a cool Sea of Tranquility swag or schwag. And happy Friday, everybody. Have a drink on me. Or have a drink for me. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. And have a great weekend, and we'll see you all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.